I gotta think of I can't. I'm trying to think of a non-stupid intro, but I'm really running low. Maybe this should be the intro.
And this is it.
I think that's it.
Uh,
All right.
you
Yeah.
saw
Well, really
Spider-Verse for the
silent
second
opening to
time?
the Tu-Vie podcast. We were talking about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, full spoiler review. So if you guys have not seen the movie, stop the video, go watch your spoiler-free review, which is going to be, I think, this side, and then go watch the movie, then come back to this video. You know, it's a bit of a treat. You know, you get to see the review, then the movie, then this, all in one day if you have to. But I say we get into it.
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
So I am your host, James, as always, of the Tu-Vie podcast, your TV movie entertainment news channel. And sitting with me, as always, is Colin. How you doing, bud?
How's it going, guys?
Neat. Oh, neat.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Go ahead about you, Cameron. How you doing, buddy? Good to have you back.
I am also here
Mhm.
for the first time on this podcast with an actually good night's sleep.
Yes, you did. That was always that's a
Time do
very
you go to bed.
yeah.
I went to bed at midnight.
All
Well,
right,
that's like
fine.
9 o'clock in Cameron terms.
I know, right?
That's very early. That's practically tucking it early, man.
Considering I've usually been going to bed around 6 a.m. the past
Oh.
couple weeks. Yeah, that's
Wow.
pretty good.
Well, I'd say it's very good actually in terms
Yeah.
of from 6 to midnight.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about sleep schedules. We're here to talk about
Shout out
Spider-Man.
sleeping pills.
It's like a
Shout
melatonin,
out
my
drugs.
best friend. Absolutely. See, there's no better sleep when you actually get a melatonin and then it just hits you right before you actually hit the pillow.
Oh yeah.
That combo, it's great. Cole, what medication do you take to sleep?
I don't know. I just like my
I gotta
friend-
count.
Which is, how everybody should get their medications is through a friend who's like, I need to fix my sleep schedule. Can I have some of your sleeping pills? And it's
Sure.
like,
I only get my medication from friends.
That's actually he's a very big pill guy. He loves it just whenever he can.
Doctors are a scam.
You can just go on the street and ask everybody. Not everyone will agree.
Yeah, just
Yo.
walk up to somebody and be like, "Do you have pills?"
Yeah. There are times usually
I don't
the
want you to
charm.
go to a
have your
hospital.
pills.
I don't trust those doctors. If you want to get any medication, you come to me.
He has like a Ziploc baggie. He's like, I got this. Again, we're not here to talk about medication though.
You go to a junkie. You go to
Yeah.
a junkie. Here, take your-
We're here talking about
you get, like,
about
change.
medication. We're supposed to be talking about Spider-Man. And welcome to the TV podcast. That's usually how it works here. But
I
yeah,
think there was a Spider-Man variant that was a junkie in this movie.
oh my god,
Was that not Peter B. Parker?
wasn't a he wasn't a junkie.
Or at least in the first one.
Probably. Oh, I hit him really hard.
Was that not Peter B? You should see some of the concept art that there were different like variants of what he was going to look like in Into the Spider-Verse that would have really freaked people out.
Really?
Yeah, like there was a lot of like homeless gear he was putting on. What they got for him was pretty tame.
Oh, all right, that's pretty nice because that was a costume Cameron wore last year for Halloween. That would have been
It was.
walking in like what was it? Lady Gaga's trash shoot. Who was it?
What?
There was like an artist that wore a trash bag as one.
Oh, that's Lady Gaga. You're right.
Trash bag outfit. I don't remember who it was. I think it's either. Okay, that's in a scary amount of people that has a trash art. Famous artist. There we go. That sounds better. That doesn't actually narrow it down. Well, whatever the case may be, someone wore trash. I think it was either Lady Gaga, Madonna, one of the higher artist people. Would you wear trash, Colin?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
What?
But
What about that Balenciaga $800 zip tie wristband?
I don't know what that is, James.
Do you know what a zip tie is?
Is it? Oh yeah, is it though?
Yeah, the little thing you just go.
Yeah.
So imagine a zip
I
tie.
learned what those were from the Reacher show on Amazon.
Good show. If you get a zip tie and you put it around your wrist, just like a little bit. Well, are you talking about the zip tie thing?
I'm just dealing with like, how do you not know what a zip tie is? I thought that was like a common.
I
Well,
discovered
people know
that's
like what a traffic
they're
cone, but they don't know
called.
the name of it. Like it's a pylon. I didn't know what a pylon was until like a few years ago. I just thought it was just called a traffic cone.
It's not called a traffic
No, it's called the
cone?
pylon.
No, it's a traffic cone.
Okay.
No,
This
no,
might
you
this
can't be
has to
doing
go
this
to
to me
like a
this early
deleted
in the
scene or
morning.
something.
Can't shatter my reality at 10 a.m.
Yeah, man.
There's
It-
no earthly way we're starting the episode like this.
I got
Is it a traffic cone or pylon? Traffic cones also, this is not a Spider-Man podcast. Traffic cones also called pylons, witch hats, road cones, highway cones, safety cones, channelizing devices, construction cones, or just
okay.
cones.
So it's a traffic cone.
If the first one is
The other ones are just wrong.
sure. You ever see the video of that pylon skateboarding, like that whole TikTok account? He puts him on a skateboard and just sends
The
him down the
traffic
skateboard.
cone skating, yes.
Yeah, I love that account. It's like whenever I'm having a bad day, I gotta watch that account just to feel really good.
He's a good skater. Better
He's
than
a
me.
What's
great.
it
He was
where
named.
not call Colin, for emotional support. Let's just watch a traffic cone skateboarding down.
Yes,
You know,
now you get
that's-
it. It's not that.
that's
It's plain
healthy.
and simple. It's
That's
free
healthy.
therapy, dude. You see a traffic cone nail a freaking ollie.
It's pretty friggin' sweet.
Yeah, all right. Speaking of ollies,
Envious.
yeah. Speaking of ollies, Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure there's a skateboarding Spider-Man in there. You guys saw the new Spider-Man movie, right?
A lot, actually.
Yes.
A lot, yes. So, Cameron, what was you said you saw it 3 times. What was your most recent viewing?
About a week ago.
Okay, so you saw all 3 times in the same.
In the same weekend, yeah, which is a first for me.
Oh
This
yeah, I
movie
don't.
had a handful of my first. The first time I saw a movie for the first time twice in a day,
I was gonna say, was that your first?
which was a lot. And then the first time I saw a movie 3 times opening weekend.
Hmm.
So I have a problem.
Well, we all have our church.
Yeah,
It's just called AMC theaters.
I actually don't have an AMC here.
What do you got? You don't get to see the Nicole Kidman ad every time.
We have a Regal and a Goodrich.
Oh, sorry, you like a Regal Unlimited?
No,
account?
I haven't signed up for that because I don't like my Regal cinema.
Why?
They're too corporate compared to the other ones. The other
What
ones
does that mean?
feel more like homey. Like
Okay.
we have our local indie theater Ragtag.
Hmm.
And then we have Forum 8, which is like this very like classic feel to it.
Was it the coffee shop one?
No, that's Ragtag. Ragtag's
Okay.
the coffee shop one.
That was an interesting one. When you
Yeah.
showed me the little tiny building and you said it's
Yeah.
housing as many things.
Shout out Ragtag. You
Shout
still
out.
there.
Because they need it
Yeah.
out in the middle of nowhere.
Actually, Ragtag's right in the middle of downtown.
Oh, well then never mind.
Yeah.
You
In the
keep saying how
heart-
desolate your place is, so I think it's just like this little.
Columbia is like a tiny little is a tiny city in the middle of Missouri.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you
It's like
look at
Frisco.
any of our if you look at any of our political maps, we're described as the blueberry and tomato soup.
Why?
Because if you look at the voting records, we're blue, surrounded in a sea of red.
Oh my god! I did not know that.
But
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, having a blueberry, that'd be really gross. Colin, when was the last time you saw the movie?
The last time I saw a movie was a couple days after it was released. And I've been obsessed. I've been obsessed. And also man, I'm just James,
Still
your
reeling in
background's
for it.
so distracting right now.
I know, I'm
dude.
sorry. I thought maybe it'd be
It's
kind of
so amazing.
I somehow got this really good screenshot of it. It was really perfect. And then of
it's
course we have
really
Metro
good.
Boomin right here as well. I don't know if anyone knows it. Not a lot of people knew that apparently. That's this little cameo. Oh, yeah, it was kind of fun. They always give a
Who
little
is he
good
again?
cameo. Huh?
Who is he again?
He was
He's the guy who made the soundtrack.
yeah, he's the artist that made the soundtrack. They just gave him a cameo. Like Post Malone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like he
I
did
like
for
that.
Post Malone in the first movie. He was like, I think he's a Banksy. That guy.
He does it again in this one.
Yeah, really weird reused audio.
Actually, I don't think it was.
No, it was
1000% it was, but do you think they got him back for like 2 hours to try to have him re-say the line again? It's like
Not
a
even
little more
2
feel in
hours.
there.
Can't wait to see whatever context they have him say it in the third one.
It better be at the last. It better be the last word you hear in the theater. Like
Miles's dad gets shot, and you hear, I think it's a Banksy.
oh,
God, brutal.
well, you know, there's always that mural that in. Oh, well, let me just do a spoiler warning. Going from now to the rest of this video and audio for Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, there's no way this is not being spoiled. We even said it's spoiler filled, so if you haven't had to see it, gave you all the instructions earlier. Review, go do it. But like the artwork he's done for his dad after his death, it'd be really, really horrible if as he's painting that, that same guy walks up and is like, I think he's a Banksy. As Spider-Man is spray painting his dead dad.
Banksy Spider-Man. There's
that'd be a great variant. Nice.
Yeah.
So Colin, when's the last time you saw it?
I saw it a couple days after it was released. I think it's perfect.
Great movie.
I think if you were to say it's a bad movie, you're a bad person.
Well, like that one guy on TikTok where he was like, there was very few white people in the movie. Like,
oh my
what
God,
is happening?
that, dude.
You see that dude? This is like this
Yeah.
12-year-old kid. He's like really getting mad or something.
12 years old.
I don't know. He looked old. He looked young enough to be stupid.
Yeah.
But this kid was like, they're not representing all like, I don't even get it, man. Like
there was a person that took a screenshot of somebody purposely tanking a review. He and in the review, I think he gave Across the Spider-Verse 2 stars, and he says the movie's amazing, but I don't think it deserves to win Best Picture or blah blah blah. Like he was trying to manipulate the voting because he felt the movie didn't deserve a certain. And somebody took a screenshot of that review and they posted it's like anybody who thinks that people don't purposely do this, stuff. It's like they're lying. There's people like that will do that because of a certain agenda. And I was really blown away because I was like,
that movie definitely deserves Best Picture.
This would be really cool. This would be really cool, dude. Just imagine like this would be the very first superhero trilogy, if not Spider-Man trilogy, if they would consistently win awards throughout the trilogy. Like, can you wrap your head around that? That's kind of cool.
I really can't.
You should say right now.
Also,
number one on
Letterboxd's
top 250 ever,
which is
I want
wild.
this to win Best Picture. But guys, I did. All right, so as I was, because me and James and Cameron, we were all planning, to talk about Across the Spider-Verse. I wanted to take some notes, and one little thing I noticed, which was kind of funny, is that so Chris Lord, Phil Lord or Chris Miller.
Yeah.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they made 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2.
They also do Mitchell's and the Machines.
Lego Movie and the Lego Movie 2. Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be their first ever completed trilogy movie, like a set of movies. Producers. Like this will finally be their like third installment that they've ever been a part of. And I thought that was kind of cool because I'm really harping for Lego Movie 3. Lego Movie 2 gets a better rap.
I never did see it.
It is underrated.
I actually never saw it. Is it?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a Lego Movie 3 because Lego Movie 2 kind of bombed at the box office.
Well, maybe they should spin off and do Lego Marvel superheroes because apparently that Lego Spider-Man is from that same video game world.
You guys
so many for that movie. I would kill so many. Oh, Cameron, you'll be last because you're my favorite.
Well, he's not against it.
I said he'll be last. That's why I'm sparing.
Okay, that makes sense. No,
I'm not
press
a
on.
monster.
I got you.
Did you guys see that article about the kid that animated?
Yeah, insane.
Lego bit.
Insane.
Very cool.
Like
pretending like I didn't send that in the group chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have amnesia.
Yeah, well, no, it's still cool that little kid, he's been making like Lego versions of like trailers and movies of like Spider-Man and all these different things, and now is forever a part of that movie.
I sent it to my dad.
Legos. Like, dude, like that kid, he was already set, dude.
Yeah, that kid's set.
He got into the film business like that. Wait, doesn't this mean like he's like the first like young 14-year-old director to?
No. He was working with his dad.
Oh,
yeah.
You could
So-
always like just sort of just say like he did all the work.
Yeah, you could. I'm sure his dad would be like, just take the credit, man. You know.
I sent the article to my dad, and he was like, "Time to pick up some Legos, boy. Get to work." I was like, "Damn it, Dad."
Thanks, man.
But that's
You're only,
awesome,
a
dude.
few years late, but
Yeah.
what is the 24 to 14? Only a 10-year difference. You got time.
Same.
I was
They should do a
so-
stop motion universe next time when they go to the Beyond the Spider-Verse and have Ardman, the Wallace and Gromit guy.
Yeah.
They should have
Armin.
Wallace and Gromit Spider-Man. Be like, I like cheese, and then bam,
Ew.
he's in a different dimension.
Ew.
I don't know. Like a Wallace and Gromit cameo would be kind of fun
That
in the
would be
Spider-Verse movie.
something. That would be something they would do though, which hurts.
Yeah, because it'd be
I could
funny.
totally see that.
Yeah, a stop motion Spider-Man. There's a freaking what about the hot toy figures? They have those, so they can just do more of those. There's
Skylanders.
You think it's a Skylander Spider-Man?
No.
That'd be great.
No, Disney Infinity Spider-Man. Let's go.
Where was he in the movie? Where was the Spider-Man in
No.
Spider-Man
Beyond
Turn
the
Off the Dark?
Spider-Verse.
I want to know, what was Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark's canon event other than the real life event that happens? You think that was the
real
canon
life
show
event?
got- the show left
Dude, the
Broadway.
canon event is when that guy died and the main actor was like, "We're dead," and you can
Like,
see that. through
That's what I'm saying. I think that maybe would have been the canon event. The
The
horrible
thing
tragedy.
is, I would do to see that show.
I went to see
I
it.
w-
Yeah, he went to see it. It was one of the first episodes we did. He talked
When
about
I
it
was
for a
9.
brief second.
I went to it. I used to have the T-shirt.
Wild. How was it? Do you remember?
I remember loving it.
He was that audio was like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man. That audio he was that when he was like 10, whenever he went to go see it. His brother like told him
It
to
was-
shut up.
It was so good when I was 9. But dude, you watch the YouTube version now, dude. I just want to get trashed with friends and watch
Oh,
that
it's so
because it
bad.
must be jarring.
But I want to know if he was gonna make a cameo in the movie and they maybe couldn't have done it. Because they got Josh Keaton.
You could have an honorable mentions and just have a picture of the Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, kind of
You're
like a
Yeah, like Spider of the Month, and there's his
it's
photo.
like a plaque.
You think if they like when he'd do the web swinging, it'd still be like the little harness he had to wear when he was in the sky, but it's just him
Yeah,
like
yeah,
gliding.
That's how they do it.
Yeah,
He doesn't even really swing. He just goes like, and he has like a whole stage crew around
Yeah.
him, like pulling ropes and stuff to swing
Yeah.
him along.
that'd be so good.
God, man, we should be in the writers' room.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of writers' rooms, I
Over.
don't know if you guys know this, but the actor that plays Pravitra Prabhakar, who we all know as Dopender from the Deadpool movies, he was actually in the writers' room to help rewrite Pravitra Prabhakar, because when they were writing him, they were like, "Hey, this doesn't feel right. You should come in with the writers' room and help him riff off some stuff." So they worked with him, and he wrote like 90% of what he was talking about, like the chai tea jokes, the non-bread jokes, just all that stuff. Since he was born and raised in that environment, he had like a say in that. I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know if not a lot of people know that, but they rewrote Pravitra for Karan Sony specifically for him.
That's pretty
That's
cool,
sick.
though.
Yeah,
it
it was so cool seeing like the people in the theater like react when they saw different Spider-Man. So when he came on screen, like there were so many people in my theater that like erupted with excitement, and that's like a feeling you just like you can only get it. Nicole Kidman said about this. This is where we go to feel our emotions, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So let me ask you guys this: what did you guys think of the movie? I think we have never gave. I don't think we even gave our reviews. As we're talking about
No,
Spider-Man
we
Turn
haven't.
Off the Dark and everything. But if you're 1 second reviews, Cameron.
Very, 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 very good.
Okay, like 7 varies. Colin, if you can beat that,
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I love it
And-
more than my family.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, same page. No, that movie made me cry by not having any audio for a little bit. It was so good. It's not because it was broken, but it is because when Gwen and Miles were sitting under the little ledge and it's that wide shot of the city in them,
Hmm.
you erupted into tears.
Yeah, that's
just so good.
Very good shot.
So good. And it's also just brilliant movie. I think it's good. 5 years well worth in the making.
Yeah.
What do you guys think with the cliffhanger though? Because
that's kind of like my only problem with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a lot of it doesn't feel finished, but that's only going to last
maybe
these
another
9 months if it doesn't get
hopefully
delayed. If it doesn't get delayed, please
it
don't
doesn't
get
get delayed. I bet if it's getting delayed, it's going to get pushed back to 2026. Maybe early 2027.
2026?
They have because Haley hasn't
Awesome.
recorded any lines. There's been I heard very little development, and they have 9 months.
I'm gonna keep out hope. I'm gonna keep hoping.
Well, just Haley Steinfeld and the others,
that's true.
May have not recorded any lines, but it also doesn't mean they haven't been animating.
That's true. That is true. But
Because
I feel like I
they
heard that there
were
were some things that they
animating-
didn't get done.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I'm
I
hearing.
still think that they're probably still trying to keep it on track. They're having animators possibly still working on it, just not
around
really
the
saying
clock.
anything. Just trying to get as much done so that because the writer's strike and everything.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I hear you. That's a very big thing. And if they took 2 to 3 years to finish Spider-Punk's animation, I mean, when he's coming back for the 3rd movie in a larger fashion, can't imagine how long it's going to take. Maybe they nailed the craft down by then. I mean, hopefully. But he was great.
The thing is if they do push back the dates, I would be disappointed, but also grateful.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I want them to bring their A game because they delayed. Didn't they delay like the Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah, and we got like a kick-ass movie. So
Great
if
movie.
they feel like they need to delay it, I'm gonna trust them. They hit it out. They hit it out the park like already twice. They just need to finish to stick the landing. They need to stick the landing. I don't want this
faith.
3rd movie to be trash. Not even trash.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
even want
Could you imagine? They dropped the ball on the 3rd one?
Oh, don't
Yeah.
even say it.
Well, I know. Well, I'm not hoping. I'm
put
just
that
saying it'd be the
evil-
world's biggest shock. Like if they hand it to someone else, then I'd understand. If they give the project to
Miles.
anyone else,
Miles Skywalker.
it better not happen. You think there's a Star Wars Spider-Man?
Miles Parker.
Miles Parker. Oh, that'd be a great combination. I do like the Disney Infinity Spider-Man. I really do hope we get to see that at least.
I would want him to like.
Oh wait, wasn't it voiced by Josh Bell though? No, Drake Bell.
Drake Bell. Oh no.
Was it not voiced by him?
I think
it was voiced by him. Let's forget about it.
Well, maybe. Well, I mean, I think everyone's gonna be okay if they recast him. I'm going like Disney Infinity.
What if they had like a
Spider-Man.
Spider Jail and the Ultimate Spider-Man and Disney Infinity Spider-Man were cellmates?
Oh boy, yeah, they got them all. Yeah,
Yep.
he's Spider-Man.
Yep. That's rough.
They got everybody back for Disney Infinity. I mean, not everybody, but like a lot of people came back.
Oh, Troy Baker's in this?
Have you guys noticed the bagel imagery and Across the Spider-Verse?
Yes, and everyone comparing it to everything everywhere. It's the second bagel multiverse movie.
There's a billboard in the Across the Spider-Verse that actually is it was
for cereal though.
It was called
It was like all of it anywhere all the time or something like that.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, all of it always all over the place.
That's right.
With a bagel.
I think I just want to be Phil Lord, Chris Miller sitting in the theater to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once and just watching them go.
Write that down.
Damn it.
You think they were the first ones to do it? Oh, because it was delayed a few years ago.
Beat us to it.
Damn you delays.
Bastards.
You think they were going to try and get those movies at the same time?
No.
You think they were going to try and make them connect? That same bagel that hit him in the face went to our world.
Yeah.
And then
And then it became the nihilism bagel.
Of everything. My dad, okay, off topic. My dad randomly, like I woke up, this was yesterday, woke up and he goes, dude, I had a really wicked dream about a bagel. Like randomly. About almost the same thing he was talking about this movie.
Yo,
So
you're about to become the main character.
I really thought this
in
was
a different multiverse, he's the Spot.
He yeah. I was gonna say, like, Dad, you got me freaked for a second. He just said it was like a bagel chasing him or something. Still
Man,
wild.
you ever have like a really good bagel and you're like, that really hit the spot.
What's your go-to bagel?
I actually don't like bagels.
What?
Bagels
Why
are
would you
donuts.
say it then?
I was just get it because bagel hit the spot.
No, great pun and all, but I'm ignoring that. You don't like what do you like bagels?
I don't like bagels. They're boring. Bagels are
Not
boring.
when you put the topping on it.
Bagels are donuts that gave up on their dreams.
I think you can no.
You don't like bagels, Colin? You don't like bagels, Colin?
I love bagels.
Oh.
I love bagels. You know what?
I love
I think people who hate bagels are lazy.
Well,
you put in the work,
different toppings.
You customize that bagel.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd rather have my food
dream
work
bagel.
for me. I'd rather have my food work for me than me work for my food.
Well, you make sandwiches and you enjoy those.
Hypocrisy.
Anyway, this movie is good.
We got him in a corner. He couldn't think of anything.
Wow, this movie is great.
Who's your guys' favorite Spider character in this movie?
Oh. Whoa.
Like, yeah, if you had to pick one. So we all know that Miles is great. Miles is a fantastic character. They've been writing him perfectly. But if like outside of Miles.
The Spot.
Really?
I loved him too. He was both funny, it was sad, and then he got terrifying. And then the animation that got like that like scratchy like art style.
After the Mumbattan reactor, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
After the Mumbattan reactor, like after he went inside that.
Before and after all of that. Even like when he was like confronting Miles at that experiment place where he got his powers. But a close first. My two firsts are the Spot and Miguel O'Hara.
Miguel. All right. What about you, Cameron?
Hobie.
I was just gonna say Hobie.
Hobie.
I erupted with excitement when I saw Hobie.
He was so cool.
He's so cool.
And like even when I left the theater with my dad, he was like, I need a Spider-Punk solo movie like now.
That'd be really cool. I'd like that because Colin knows one of my top 5 Spider people is Hobie, as well as Scarlet Spider. And I got them in the same movie, which was amazing. Voiced by
I remember
great actors.
You were really addicted to that Spider-Punk costume when I brought my PS4 to Texas.
I was.
Yeah.
One thing I love about the PS4 Spider-Punk skin is that if you wear it long enough, J. Jonah Jameson does like a special story about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
He like goes on like the radio and he's like, Spider-Man has been wearing this sort of punk regalia, that evil scoundrel. And I remember being like, whoa, that's really cool.
Whoa, because
reacting to how I'm playing it.
That I didn't know. I didn't know that. Did he do that for all the suits?
No, I think it was just that one.
Well, still.
He's like, he's a delinquent.
Going on Tu-Vie rules and going off topic consistently is kind of like our favorite thing here. Spider-Man 2 released their promo bundles and everything, and they introduced a fair amount of good skins. Yeah, Colin's pre-ordering the $300 one.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the one that comes like the statue, the poster, the game, and the additional skins and everything.
I don't care. I'm getting it.
Yeah, so 2 things we need to talk about real quick about that. One, Eddie Brock isn't Venom. When we see Venom in his big old bright and glory, his gooey looking menacing look. So
real big.
We think he's gonna be who we think he's gonna be. Like, is it
Harry?
Right. Hey, it's Harry, right?
It's Harry.
Yeah, Colin?
Okay, boys.
Oh.
So first, before we try to decode the man behind the mask, so to speak,
Oh, Walter Cronkite.
What is the symbiote's origin? Did it come from a different planet or was it man-made?
Probably.
Because this is actually a very important question.
I hope it's from space because
Yeah.
space is cool.
Space is scary.
I kind of like the more of the it was a man-made kind of monster, but space I also don't mind as well because there's also a really cool Venom story that like is Cameron, you'll appreciate this. Like they basically did John Carpenter's The Thing, but with Venom in Antarctica, surrounded by a bunch of scientists.
That's
And
really?
like it was sadistic. Yeah, it was
That's
sadistic,
sick, dude.
and it was
that.
awesome. Anyway, why I say that's important is because I was gonna go for more of the route of it's Harry, but Harry's subconsciousness like attached to the Venom symbiote. Like the Venom symbiote possibly could have like killed him, and then it just like took Harry's
just
like
dragging
entire
his
thing.
body around.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's pretty
It's
metal.
Venom. It's Venom.
That would be cool.
You
I
shrug
would
it
want
off.
that. I would, but like I also I don't know. I could be Spider-Man, but you also see him fighting
Yeah. Maybe at first it's Spider-Man. Like maybe there is like a mini boss battle.
We know it's Harry because like Harry has it.
Yeah.
I hope it actually is someone else because that would be super.
It's J. Jonah
I would hate for them
Jameson.
to carry on this mystery, being like, who knows who? We saw it at the end of the post credit.
No, that is fair. I think creating that mystery would be a lot of fun, but maybe it's like so obvious, it's the one right under our noses. But it's also, Yuri, who was saying like you guys saw the gameplay. There's so much more you haven't seen, which is getting me very excited for what this movie is going to be.
You know where we saw some extra Spider-Man 2 gameplay?
In the Spider-Man movie. See, there was full circle there. There you go, Cameron.
Yankee is living the life I wish I was right now.
Dude, that was wild to see that game. I know. I called Colin about this because I thought it was the first video games gameplay, but I didn't. He made a point I didn't catch that on the bottom left of the screen they had that new edition thing that they have like for the power-ups.
The button layout.
Yeah. And so when I went to go see it again last night, I was rewatching it, and yes, I missed that the first time. So that's kind of cool.
I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
As soon as I saw a PS5 controller, I'm like, is it Marvel Spider-Man 2? Is it Marvel Spider-Man 2? And then I saw the button layout and I was like, exclusive gameplay. I lost my shit. And then my girlfriend was like, what are you doing? He's like, he was playing Marvel Spider-Man 2. She's like, you're an idiot. It hasn't even come out yet.
Beyond.
Yeah, well, for them, that's like old video games, for us, but it's for us the future.
Some Wolverine PS5 gameplay.
That would be insane. They also said that there's going to be more Marvel heroes. Do you guys think that we're going to get
in Beyond?
Cameo?
In Beyond the Spider-Verse?
Oh, I thought we were still talking about
Spider-Verse.
Oh, sorry. I think Iron Man may make a cameo.
I'd be down for Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange would be sick.
You guys don't think Wolverine's gonna pop up?
Nah.
Well, really?
Maybe like a side mission thing. He'll be like, I gotta go to Canada to find out who I am.
I'm the next game coming out.
Save this promo code for when the game comes out.
Use code Spiderman.
Also has a post-credit scene.
I get a commission.
Snick to get half. Slash those prices.
Ew.
What I do best is very good, and what I do is sell video games. I was like, that's not the line. It's like, well,
I move units.
You're disgusting.
Who do you think is voicing Wolverine?
Steve Blum.
Right? I mean,
no one else.
No.
Keep everybody else.
Well, if anything, and then it's the guy from X-Men 97. But Steve Blum and him are good.
No. Sorry.
Okay,
so boys,
he was bringing that theme back
across the Spiderverse. I feel like
most inconsistent Spider-Man episode.
It is.
At least we're on topic.
It's incredibly inconsistent. I love you all so much.
Yeah, at least it's not like our most diverging episode.
Just like Hobie, we hate consistency,
bro. Yes, when I saw his
labels,
I agree with that. Even though we're called the Tu-Vie podcast, I do agree. Like Hobie, we hate consistency. And when his intro came in with that rock riff, like that punk, and with the guitar, I was so overwhelmed with excitement. I like just threw my hands in like just down like in shock. And I didn't realize until like 2 minutes in on screen that I punched my dad in the knee He was sitting right next to me. He was like rubbing his knee very aggressively. I'm like, "You good, man?" He goes, "No, you just socked me in my cap." So I didn't realize, but in an excitement, I punched my dad in the knee, and I'm like, I just was pulling my eyes open because I didn't want to miss a second of this man on screen.
Hobie's really cool. I
Hobie's
really like
sick.
how nonchalant he was about just grabbing like the stuff. He's like,
Yeah.
I bet this doesn't do anything. And then he just built that. I was like, I kind of forgot. I was like, you're a Spider-Man. You're pretty smart,
genius.
aren't you?
He's a genius. Also, I don't know if you guys knew this. I briefly told Colin this weeks ago. But Daniel Kaluuya, from the UK, and where he was born is also the same place that punk rock originated from. So wherever, he was born, punk rock came from. So when they casted him, they wanted him to keep his accent, keep his attitude, and throw in the UK slang and keep Spider-Punk in that same area because that's where punk rock was born. Yeah. So they made it like a unilateral connection between all three.
That's very.
That was kind of cool.
Although I do think that's the kind of British that I definitely need subtitles for. I feel like I missed out on like 2 or 3 great jokes because I was like, "What are you saying?" What?
I was lucky enough to.
He was very quick with it. I couldn't just keep up, but it was still cool nonetheless.
Yeah. What I really appreciate about that movie and these movies in general is so my girlfriend, she isn't much of a superhero person. I have to get very lucky to pull off watching a superhero movie with her because she's like, it's not my thing. And I'm like, why? And I'm like, because you're playing a scene from Suicide Squad and it's playing a song People Who Died. Like it gets very
But it's good. It's catchy.
I know. She doesn't get it. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then she's also very much like she likes a lot of diversity in her movies because it's a totally understandable thing. So I was like, tonight this movie's gonna pass the vibe check for you. And she's like, okay, all right. And I was like, promise. And then when Hobie came on screen, she was so happy. She's like, this passes the vibe check. She died when Hobie was like, this is a metaphor for capitalism.
Yeah.
That was a good
It's a great line. He's so cool.
She actually walked away with a lot of new favorite Spider characters, and she's reading comics now, and I'm so happy for that.
Doesn't that make you just like satisfied? You're like, I did.
Yeah, like that's the magic of Phil Lord and Chris Miller is that they hit that sweet spot. I feel like we all really love about Taika. Whenever like he's peak Taika, it just hits that like childish but also mature kind of spot where everybody can enjoy it. Like when my dad was still with us, like when he watched the Lego movie, he's like, I don't know why, but I'm liking this. Like he genuinely was like thrown off. He was like, I shouldn't be liking this.
I remember when I went to go see it in the theaters.
He did not like anything.
Wild movie.
What happened?
I remember when I go see Lego movie in the theaters. Like I just didn't think a movie about Legos would be that good.
Yeah.
Like it was shockingly good.
It was,
Same way with the Gran Turismo movie. That movie looks entertaining.
I don't know where you're going with that. I don't know what's happening.
It looks entertaining. It's based on a true story. I thought that looked kind of
so smart.
I feel like I've seen that whole movie from the trailer.
I agree.
And also,
but
just
still
conceptually weird movie. It's a movie based on a product, based on a true story. It's like tangentially related to the game. It's just like about racing. It's like,
well, it'll be better than the Need for Speed
Neil
movie.
Blomkamp of all people, which is like also Neil Blomkamp. What happened, man?
Go off, man. Go off.
Like you made District 9, you made Elysium, you made Chappie. What?
Well,
went
not a big fan
wrong?
of the Elysium.
How did we end up here?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if it's
man,
good,
a paycheck,
good for him. But like, man, that movie, like,
do you like Chappie?
I actually haven't seen Chappie. I do love District 9, and I really like Elysium.
Elysium's a movie. Love District 9 though.
James hates Elysium.
I don't hate it. I just like every time
you do. No, you're a liar.
Hold on. I don't hate it. I just don't like it. Like I just don't finish it. I've tried 5 times to watch this movie and I just can't get it.
I think it's neat.
It's also neat.
It's been a while since I've seen it, so
but
I
like
don't
it's
remember it.
like I'm like, I'm not connecting with Matt Damon.
Matt Damon is my hero.
Matt Damon, well, he's made like what, 50 movies?
It's a trillion something.
Okay, so
How
let's
do you like
say
them
out of
apples?
trillion,
How do you like them apples?
London. That one's
How do you-
great. You just
I like
just
them.
don't like.
Do you like the apples? How do you like
Love
them?
the apples.
Oh
love 'em.
man. I
Back to
Cameron,
Spider-Man.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest right now.
Be honest. This is exactly where you kind of have to be.
I didn't know that was the director.
Oh,
Hearing that depressed me. I
What?
thought you were just going off because it looked like a crappy movie.
yeah.
But knowing that really hurts because that trailer, watching it on the big screen,
You talking about
it
Gran
is
Turismo?
jarring. I'm talking about Gran Turismo. That
Okay.
trailer, watching it on the big screen, it's jarring. It's like if a high school student had a big enough budget to make a
Yeah.
car racing movie, you know, where
I
it's
feel
like,
like there's
okay,
something
we're gonna hit all the marks. Our main guy, his dream is to race cars. He's a video game guy. His dad worries about him. He enters a contest. He realizes he's in over his
Don't
head.
spoil the
But
movie,
out of the
dude.
rest of the group, he has the biggest
this
determination.
was in the trailer, dude.
I know, because we said that the trailer practically gives away the whole movie.
Yeah.
So if he's talking about the trailer, he's giving away the movie. He's talking spoilers.
Man.
I don't think even if our audience is listening to this, I highly doubt they want to watch Gran Turismo.
All right, you know.
Yeah,
He's-
This was supposed to be a
anyone
Spider-Verse episode,
other than
everybody.
James, apparently.
I just said it looks neat. I didn't say I'm gonna watch it in
Neat is a
theaters.
positive term.
And you know what? I'm dangerously optimistic. Okay. Okay.
Quick, someone make him feel better. Play the Thor: Love and Thunder scene.
Shut up, dude. All right, it's a good scene. Whatever. Spider-Man. I don't know if this is gonna be. I don't want to say controversial, but I guess a divisive thing. I didn't like the soundtrack in this one, like the solo music. Not because I don't like Metro Boomin. It just didn't hit the same way that the first movie did with Vincent Staples and Juice WRLD, all those different amazing artists that like had their different moments to portray their music in that different scene. I
will agree that I don't think the soundtrack was as good as the
No.
first,
but still some great
however,
music.
that Dominic Fike song that played when Miles and Gwen were swinging is my favorite out of both soundtracks.
That is a good one.
So
Am I Dreaming was a really good one.
Bob.
The soundtrack really hit for me when Miguel showed up and his theme was playing.
Wait, are you guys talking about like the actual like the soundtrack?
He's talking about the score. I'm thinking about like the
the score
actual,
was
like-
great. Score was fantastic. We're talking like the
Oh.
music.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna go.
Well, no, it's they're very similar things. No,
Yep,
it's just
Stick
you're off
yelling
the
at me.
podcast. Your band.
thin ice, Colin.
Your blog.
Thin ice.
You're Joel from The Last of Us. You're treading on some mighty thin ice here.
That was
almost
almost sounded
What
exactly
were you
like him.
doing? Oh, were you doing the torture scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Yeah. Fan. Okay, but
What scene was that?
I think I'm gonna agree with Cameron. I like Sunflower, but that song that they chose was much more chiller. Like
Which
this,
one?
because like this is like I feel like this is sort of like the a different kind of movie where it's less
Yeah.
triumphant like the first one, and it's more like, you know, everyone is saying, including the directors, that like this is the Empire Strikes Back. So it's going to be less joyful and more like, you know, kind of, you know, the calm before the storm, so to speak.
I agree.
You know?
And like you said, Miguel's intro, wild.
It's
Was
for
so
2 seconds
cool.
we get a spider cape.
For 2 seconds, it was very beautiful.
And it was
getting that spider
awesome.
cape. And I just like when the portal was in, it was just like the wom, 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 and then bam, right through it.
They made that out of elephant sound.
Did they?
I think so. I only read a couple of comments and I just agreed with them. I don't want to live in a world where I was wrong.
Well,
Take that how it is, guys. Okay, so Miguel O'Hara.
Great.
Okay. Did you all pay attention to that little detail from the first Spider-Verse movie where that like that 42 spider was glitching out Because I never put it together that that was from a different universe.
Oh yeah, no. Going back to the first movie, so I rewatched the first one. Yeah, I know. So I watched the first one before I went to go see this one. The actual first time I went to go see Across the Spiderverse, and when it was glitching, I'm thinking like, oh, first time you're watching, oh, it's the spider, it's genetically changed, so it's reacting differently. And then now going back from seeing the second one, you're like, oh my god,
it's from a different universe.
It's from Earth 42.
Because I always thought it was I'm not trying to be like one of those people that's like, I knew this. I always thought it was weird. I was like, why would the spider glitch out like that?
Yeah, no, it was very weird. I just didn't think anything of it.
But I never put it together. Like it was glitching out in the same way that the rest of the spider people were. And so when that happened, I was like, and things started coming together in the movie. I was like, oh my god,
it was very cool how they did that.
That's crazy.
And I don't know if he saw in the flashback, but when they saw that the spider got sucked into that little portal and came to our Earth 1610, it was about to bite Miles because you could see the hair braids that he had.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
that Miles looks dope with the braids.
Prowler Miles, so cool.
Another detail that I saw on Twitter, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but
if
you go back and watch Into the Spider-Verse, whenever Chris Pine's Spider-Man, blonde Spider-Man, like first sees Miles, and like they have like that spider sense moment,
the connection there, yeah.
Look at the colors that Miles spider
prowlers.
Yeah, it was green and purple.
It's green and purple. That's the prowler colors. Somebody's like, this is like the moment that his fate changed.
But do you really see? I've heard I've heard that, but like, I've also been reading other different things where it's like, I don't think he was ever meant to become the Prowler because Aaron never wanted that for Miles.
That's true.
And so, like, I think it's a great connection.
I guess we'll find out more about it when Beyond
hopefully
comes out.
But like, I feel like if you look what happened into what it is, there's arguments for both sides. Like, I don't think you're wrong. I don't think they're right. It's all these different things, but also nothing happened to their world.
What do you mean?
Big old black hole in the middle of Brooklyn. In 1610, when Miles got bitten, it broke a canon event or changed the altar of his universe. Nothing happened, like Pravitcher's.
Yeah.
Oh no,
it's like, definitely not as concrete
solid
as how Miguel says it is.
I think you can actually just trace it all the way back to it was never really Miles's fault or his choice, really, because the Spot was the one that stole the spider. So he's in reality the one that started this entire thing. And so within like Destiny was trying to correct itself, so it bit Miles because it was supposed to bite Miles in a different universe, so it had to find the Miles and be like, boom. And I will, like, the thing is, which is amazing about Miguel when he was giving him that speech on that train,
really slow moving ledge,
you're an anomaly, you were never meant to be Spider-Man. He's both right and wrong. And he's right that, like, because of the bite, like, Spider-Man would have survived, but it wasn't his fault because it was really the Spot.
Do you really think he would have survived? Because he was about to put the USB, he got then beamed by the Prowler. Whole thing happened, and
I think he would have lived because that universe. I think because like the reason why like that universe was broken was because now that there was two Spider-Men, all right, so now like Destiny is correcting itself, and so the universe still has to have one Spider-Man. And so because of that, it's like that like domino effect, like that butterfly effect, where like things are changed and things are altered. That Spider-Man's that universe of Spider-Man was never supposed to die because Miles was never supposed to be bitten in the first place because that universe already had one Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, I get that. The whole universe correcting itself argument makes sense.
It doesn't sound great for PS4 Spider-Man.
I was gonna say, what are we thinking about that?
No. No,
I think Colin just buried his own.
You're right.
He buried himself.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you could just retcon that. You can just say like that was Destiny. You can just say that was Destiny.
Oh, look at Colin now flipping sides.
It was that universe's destiny to have two Spider-Men.
Yeah,
I love Yuri as Spider-Man.
Love Yuri as Spider-Man. Well, is
he
really truly ever dead? You can always replay the games. You can just stop the game before it happens and never play that far into the game.
That's what I did with The Office. I stopped after the last episode. I'm like, it never ended in my timeline.
Same thing with Community after Pierce's funeral episode, where they do the polygraph and like Troy's not leaving.
No more. We're good. What were you gonna say, Cameron?
I think it's really funny that Spider-Man is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, who is married to the voice actress who plays Yuri in Spider-Man.
Really?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like he's
That's
married.
cool.
He's gonna his wife's a bad guy in the second movie, the second game.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's playing Wraith.
Yeah,
dude, that is
I'm very
amazing.
excited about because that was one of the weirdest, coolest developments of.
I sense like sexual tension between like Spider-Man and Yuri in the video game. I was like,
that's that husband wife, I guess.
They really get through like a lot of like marriage counseling through that game. You know. It's like you ate the last bagel. I'm like, no, I didn't.
Cameron, so me and James were talking about this. So there is this guy, his goes Koi, you know how to pronounce the last name.
Jandrew.
So he has a TikTok. He's on the Real Rejects. I don't know if you know the channel, the Real Rejects. Reaction channel.
He was also Colin found this out briefly on Movie Fights, hosted by Screen Junkies.
I watched the movie fights, and I watched the movie fights of Rogue One. The movie. It went so crazy. Anyway,
so
back to my point. Koi is really good friends with Yuri, the voice actor for Spiderverse, and he took him as his +1. And on the red carpet, they were doing the Spider-Man like jazz thing. So somewhere on YouTube, you could probably find a video of him doing that. And he also was there with Josh Keaton, the voice of Spectacular Spider-Man. And they all just watched the movie together and had like a really good time. And it really made me think, guys, if we get big enough, we could probably hang out with those people. So from this fourth on,
this is a message to everybody.
We got to step up our funny. We have to step up our like worth ethic. We're
going to hire professional writers to write the podcast for us and everybody else in the world. Well, I'm talking to
I'll start scripting.
Yes,
I'm talking to a lot.
How many people are in the world?
China. They worked out an algorithm AI. They can write out our scripts. Dude,
Tu-Vie
all we have to do is just read off of it.
We're gonna do Tu-Vie GPT to make scripts explicitly for us. How many people are in the world? 8 billion,
something like that.
Okay, somewhere around 8 billion people watching this YouTube video. Hit that subscribe button so we can hang out with Josh Keaton, our favorite Spider-Man, and Larry and Yuri Lowenthal. Enjoy.
I'll jump out a window.
Huh?
I'll jump out a window. Subscribe.
Colin, no.
I'll jump out a first story window.
I will jump.
I will jump
out my bed. I'm gonna jump off my bed.
I'll jump out a window if you could subscribe.
I'll just do it.
Yeah,
like Mike Birbiglia.
Jump out a window.
I'll jump out of a 2-story La Quinta Inn, like Mike Birbiglia.
Jackal.
I just re-listened to that stand-up special.
So good.
He's so good.
I listen to him whenever I'm on planes, like just going somewhere like for vacation.
It's a good plane comedian.
It's a great plane. there are very few ones that there's like very few things I watch on planes. I don't watch disaster movies or the movie nonstop on planes.
The first time I watched Lost was the day I went on my first airplane.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, you never saw Lost before then?
No, I was just like,
okay.
I was like on the drive to the airport. I was like, there's this show on Netflix called Lost. What's this about?
And
then
it's like you were taking a virtual training course.
And I was just like when I got on that plane, I was like, I'm gonna die.
I actually watched Liam Neeson's Nonstop, where there's like a bomb on the plane. Did you watch that one?
No.
It's a good movie.
It's actually good. But just don't watch it on a plane. Because the guy next to me was like eyeing me the whole time as I'm watching this. I'm like, dude.
He was like,
I'm not taking notes. I'm watching a movie on my iPhone 4. You remember those little brick phones?
Oh yeah.
Great. But somehow back on Spider-Man, we're veering back and forth. This is why this is why you subscribe to the Tu-Vie podcast. We never are consistent, so you never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, another I want to include one. Another movie you should never watch on the plane is Thor: Love and Thunder.
I hate you. Right. I was actually gonna watch that on the plane ride. when I go on vacation soon.
Just want to make sure and added you to James. All right, let's
Okay.
change the subject.
All right. Actually, have you seen Creed 3 yet?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Is it good? Because I was gonna watch it on the plane
Yes.
on my vacation. Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, look good.
Good time.
Look real good. I just didn't get a chance to see it in theaters. I wanted to. I saw first 2 in theaters.
Man,
I missed it.
Creed 3 is good. I like.
Yeah,
it
it looked good. Michael B. Jordan's first directing, right?
Oh yeah, man. What the fights are really
Those movies
good.
rule, dude. The fights in those movies are insane.
Yeah, the last fight in Creed 3 takes it to a whole nother level, man.
Oh, that's good. Okay, Spider-Man
Boys.
stuff. We got a boys. That means something's going down.
I don't know why. I'm
Oh.
looking at all of my notes, right? We
Whoa.
didn't talk about Donald Glover.
Yes,
We did it. Oh my god. Yes, the cameos. Donald Glover's amazing cameo as Prowler.
Dude,
Would have never thought I'd live to see
they
the day.
actually made a suit.
They
Yeah.
made a suit and gloves and made my heart explode. Oh, the camera just left. He got so excited, he just starts running around his apartment.
Is he gonna dress up as the Prowler?
I love this man.
Oh,
Yeah, let's go.
Great album. Great album. So you think we're gonna get him in an MCU?
Yes.
No
You
matter
mean, like-
what they say or what they do.
Oh, take it calm.
No, I'm good. No. I'm shy.
No,
Stop.
you were not shy a second. Keep going.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
pipes of with.
Stop, James.
Okay,
But yes, I do think he's going to come back, and I think that Hypno Hustler movie will not happen
Yeah.
Why?
because he was just into the Spiderverse. They just were like, "Yeah,
Why not do both?"
That's too much at the same time.
Be fine.
To have him play 2 different Spider-Man villains at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not
that
gonna lie, I
would be
forgot
too
they were
much
doing
for the general audience.
That also kind of
I forgot they were doing that too.
would okay. I know this is a really weird thought, but it also would just be incredibly jarring. Just
Yeah.
like it's just like I understand the multiverse and everything like that, and he would make a great Hypno Hustler, but I'm pretty sure, like, to Cameron's point, like Hypno Hustler, like that, like he can still make that movie, but he just can't be the Hypno Hustler. Like someone else has to.
Yeah. But also, I just think Prowler's a more interesting character. And also, Sony should stop making solo villain movies. They're really bad.
Thank you. Or
None
at
of them
least
have been
just
good.
make them rated R.
Actually, Craven will be
And-
rated R, which is interesting.
Which is wild.
Yeah, and it makes me mad because Craven, really, that now you're doing rated R shit. Like I'm gonna be back to all right, okay, guys. I know I already had a rant about this, but I'm just gonna re-say my stuff. It's gonna be like 1 minute long, and I'm gonna be quick about it. You had an opportunity to make
Quick camera
Venom
cut to
rated
you.
R, and it sucked. All right, you had an opportunity to make Morbius rated R. It sucked. All right, you wasted all of this PG-13 BS early 2000s garbage onto these amazing characters besides Morbius. He was never amazing, but there is room for opportunity to make an incredible vampire movie, and all you did was make an incredible waste of time. So now that you're gonna have Craven be the new it's nuts to me. Like, sure, it sounds awesome. I can't wait to see that movie. I hope it's good. But Sony, my God, you are dropping the ball. You are confusing. You are like all of my exes. You give me amazing stuff like Across the Spiderverse and Into the Spiderverse, and you give me garbage like Spider-Man 3 and Venom. You are toxic. I want to break up with you, Sony, but I love you. End of story.
Well, I think
Wow.
I think the
50 seconds. 50
Wow.
seconds. Under a minute.
Boom.
Okay,
Got it.
The end there got, I feel like, a little personal. Like you had to get some stuff off your chest there, but
Yeah. Also, I would like to say Sony isn't dropping the ball because it's hard to drop the ball when it's already on the floor.
Constantly bouncing.
It's just rolling.
it's just like when you actually drop the bouncy ball, it slowly just starts like getting higher, and it starts eventually stopping.
Yeah.
So what do you think you think it's gonna be? What's that one they're doing with Bad Bunny?
Oh,
El
never
Muerto?
happened. Never
No,
happened.
he was in
Nope.
one issue. I read that
Movie-
issue. He was in one.
A movie has never had a bigger not getting made energy than El Muerto. That movie is not real. That movie is fake. That movie is a movie that they have in like one of those ads that's like advertising a product that isn't real, you know? Like
It's a
or, like,
bot.
yeah, that is the first movie that Chat GPT will write. It is no way. Like if that movie ever comes out, I will like I don't know. I will like I'll set myself on fire. Like I will. If El Muerto comes out, I will see it every day of its opening release. I will see it every day.
I start saving up. There's no way.
Cameron, I really want to get loaded with you and watch like all those Sony spin-off movies.
Oh no, I will be miserable. I've already had to see Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage once. I don't want to watch them again.
You know, when Venom first came out, Cameron, believe it or not, at first I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie.
When them shut up about the first Venom movie.
I think, and then once I had to clean myself up, you know, like realizing you were in a, you know, horrible relationship, you kind of hate them.
Yeah.
And hate what they did to
like,
you.
Venom is bad, but I like Venom and
in Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, that fun little cameo.
Venom
that cameo makes no sense.
It was great. He was exploring the multiverse.
That was like the only bit of Across the Spider-Verse that had me like rolling my eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
So Eddie Brock owns a bubblegum company now?
What?
Yeah. Spot was holding a freaking thing that said Venomance Eddie Brock's.
Wild.
Yeah.
Good for him.
You think Venom's the spokesperson? He's like, these reps are so really good. Make it from like you're eating an ice cream.
I don't even need to eat brains anymore.
I don't eat brains. I chew my gum. That satisfies my
You're
hunger.
hurting me. You're hurting me.
All right.
Guys, stop it.
Honestly, I just want Venom 3 to be a rom-com.
How to lose a symbiote in 10 days.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Actually, isn't that the plot of Spider-Man 3? How to lose a symbiote?
Probably. Actually, that's really good. So you know how we were told that there was going to be a Spider-Man short film? Did you guys hear about this? Like across this Into the Spider-Verse short film that never came out. It was supposed to be, I think, before the movie's release.
It'll be on the Blu-ray.
Well, no. Actually, it just was announced a few hours ago that the Spider Within will premiere at the Annecy Film Festival.
Oh yeah,
that's premiering tomorrow. And the short is Miles struggles to balance his responsibilities as a teenager, friend, and student while acting as Brooklyn's friendly neighborhood superhero. After a particularly challenging day living with these pressures, Miles experiences a panic attack that forces him to confront the manifestations of his anxiety and learn that reaching out for help can just be as brave as an act of protecting the city from evil. So it's going to be neat seeing the mental pressures of Spider-Man.
Is there going to be a way for all of us to watch it? Are they just going to drop it online?
Probably going to drop it in the DVD. Probably on the Blu-ray, but it's through the new Lens program. It's a filmmakers like little weekend. I don't know. Like it's like a little camp that people go for filmmaking, and they help challenge their craft and everything. It helps create leadership positions as a writer, VFX supervisor, and animation supervisor. And the program creators and producers are Michael Romeo Kawute. I think saying that name right. Hopefully I am. He did Puss in Boots, Silver Linings Playbook, and David Scullenberg, who did Spider-Ham Caught in a Ham. That
wild filmography. Puss in Boots and Silver Linings Playbook.
That's a sentence that doesn't sound real, but it 1000% is. And they work together to produce a short animated film.
Okay.
Did you like the first Puss in Boots? I didn't like it.
The first one?
Yeah.
I don't
with
remember.
Zach Galifianakis as Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, I just remember being like freaked out by Humpty Dumpty. I was like, "Why do you look like that? Get away from me, you freak! You why like he was like so uncanny valley. Like
It was pretty bad.
He's terrifying.
I don't like the first one. Love Last Wish though.
Oh yeah, Last Wish is great.
Unreal. And then this isn't I'm gonna say this last bit for the very end of the podcast because not at all related to what we're talking about slightly. But before we do end it, Variety put out their Spider-Man movies ranked from worst to best.
Oh God.
Did you read it?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
So I'm not kidding you. This is a real article. We all know Variety. They're a reliable source. So I'm gonna read this top to bottom. Sorry, bottom to top. Starting at number 10, which is The Amazing Spider-Man 2 from 2014. I get it. It's not, I don't want to say the weakest out of the bunch, but it doesn't have as much merit as the other ones. Then number 9 is Spider-Man 3 from 2007, which also makes sense. Number 8, which is The Amazing Spider-Man, which, you know, I can get. And then number 7 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That silence is insane because it's the. Let me read this. It's a very long description, but I'm just going to give you the first sentence.
I feel like
call it too much of a good thing, but you won't be far off the mark. The second animated Spider-Man feature focuses on a neophyte Spidey Miles Morales, slightly older and marginally wiser than he was in Into the Spider-Verse, but also gives a near equal time to his sweetie, the equally arachnid enhanced Gwen Stacy, aka Spider-Woman. I don't know. It's just
they're wrong.
No, they're extremely wrong. Okay, number 6. Colin, I think, walked away after hearing the description.
Yeah.
All right, number 6, Spider-Man Far From Home, 2019. Okay. It's not the strongest out of those movies, but it's not that also the worst.
Been 7.
I think that should have been 7. Yeah. Across, we all agree Across needs to be way higher,
if not number 1.
If not number 1, yeah. Number 5, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
He hit it so hard the sound didn't pick it up.
The sound was bad. Sorry. Oh my God.
Who wrote this? I need to.
It'll probably see there. Winner. The first sentence is awesome. Winner of the Academy Award for Animated Feature. This dramatically and visually exhilarating Spidey adventure is at once respectfully faithful to its comic book roots with a wink here and there, of course, and exuberantly freewheeling in its incorporation of their pop culture influences, both multi-phased and multicultural. That doesn't sound like a bad thing for number 5. Okay, number 4.
Why is it so low?
I don't know. Number 4, Spider-Man Homecoming. Again, I kind of get why it would be a little lower, but Spider-Verse needs to be way higher, pushing that to, I think, number 6.
Homecoming, I feel like, is above the first Spider-Man movie.
With Tobey?
Like, the first Spider-Man movie is iconic.
With Tobey.
Classic. But there have been better Spider-Man movies since then.
I agree. It's just the order is really crappy. Number 3 is Spider-Man 2. Number 3 is Spider-Man 2. Number 2 is Spider-Man No Way Home. And number 1 is Spider-Man 2002, Tobey Maguire. What a list.
That is not
insane. Like
that guy's gonna get bullied online. Let's see that's the
I don't know if they put his name out.
I'm gonna bully him. I also have a Spider-Man ranked list of my own. Let me read it real fast.
Let's hear it.
We were basically the same for the first 3. Like Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2 at 10, Spider-Man 3 at 9, Amazing Spider-Man at 8, Spider-Man Far From Home at 7, the original Spider-Man at 6. I have
the 2002 with Tobey, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we have No Way Home at 5. I have Spider-Man Homecoming at 4, Spider-Man 2 at 3, Across the Spider-Verse at 2, and Into the Spider-Verse at 1.
Respectable.
I'd say that's pretty accurate.
Respectable. I can't argue with that. I agree.
I mean,
I would
who can argue with that is Variety.
Yeah.
Variety is definitely not going to agree to that one.
Honestly, the only reason why I have Across the Spider-Verse lower
Then
than Into
Into?
the Spider-Verse is that just Into the Spider-Verse is like it's like its own complete thing.
Yeah, but also
It has that
just,
rewatchable factor.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think all of them do, but there was something about Into the Spider-Verse that just, it alters your brain chemistry.
Yeah. I am like confident that if Beyond the Spider-Verse like lands and sticks the ending, it'll be my favorite.
Trilogy?
No, of the Spider-Man.
Okay. Yeah, probably it's gonna be. I mean, it's definitely gonna be the best Spider trilogy. I mean,
oh yeah,
beat for beat.
Dude, I can't wait to make a day in the future where I can watch Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and Beyond the Spider-Verse back to back.
It's gonna be a lovely day.
Like I'm gonna have to clear my schedule.
Man, I remember when I watched this for the first time, I leaned over to my best friend Tay, and I was like, "Don't you love it when you're watching a movie and you're like, wow, this is gonna be a movie that I watch for the rest of my life?"
Oh
like,
yeah.
This is the
Outside of the Spider-Man movies, what's that movie for you?
Evil Dead Rise.
Wow.
What's that?
You said Evil Dead Rise.
I've been rewatching that. It is such a fun horror movie. It is dark, but it's fun. Like it knows what it is. It's got some. It has that Sam Raimi like charm to it, but it brings new blood to the Evil Dead universe. And also, besides that, Fight Club.
Wow.
What was the question you said?
What is like? So you said like you said you're talking your Tay, and so this is gonna be a movie I watch the rest of my life. What is as of lately, or at least past these Spider-Man movies, that movie? Like it doesn't have to be a new one, but like what?
As far as like a new one, I'd say Dungeons and Dragons was
Wow.
fantastic.
Yeah, I recently watched that. That was really good.
It was one of my favorite movies I've seen so far this year.
That's a good one.
Last year I would say Nope. I'm gonna watch Nope forever. I'm just gonna go through like my list of movies that I saw last year. Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Batman, RRR.
I actually haven't seen that one yet. That's on my list to finish.
Get on.
I started it. I just haven't finished it.
It's insane.
Looks great. I do like the music though. Music's good. I listen to the soundtrack.
Barbarian. Oh my god.
Never watching that again. Nope. No, never watching that again.
What else?
I admit it, Con.
Just making sure you know your role.
I know my role. My role is to never watch that again.
To the people at home, I love James more than anything else. I tease him all the time. We love each other.
You bully me.
It's okay. You're making it seem like it's much worse than it is.
Oh,
he's okay. You're gonna write help and put it on a piece of paper and show it to the camera.
Help me.
I'm like going through my list of movies that I like.
What about an older movie then? Like older classic movie?
That's Back to the Future for me.
Thank you. I was rewatching that yesterday. So good. So good. Did you catch that Huey Lewis was in the beginning of the movie?
This is not an older movie, but it's definitely one that I'm gonna watch forever. Palm Springs.
I need to watch that again.
That movie's really
that was
good.
A good one. That's what Andy Samberg.
The only thing I didn't like about it was just because Andy Samberg was getting cucked by that woman, and I was like, you'd never do that to Andy Samberg. Yeah, never do that to Andy Samberg. Cruel.
No,
it's awful.
What do you think about Andy Samberg as Scarlet Spider?
Very funny.
So good.
I love poking fun at the 90s.
Oh god, I love it.
So Colin, that was part of your notes. For those at home who didn't probably watch the 90s series, give them a little quick recap about why that is very 90s.
Not the 90s series, but the 90s comic series.
Yes.
All right. So back in the 90s, Marvel was going bankrupt. And for anybody who at least lived through the 90s, know about the 90s era, or have just heard or watched Spider-Man history videos on YouTube, is that So they were extending this story arc called the Clone Saga, where Peter Parker had a clone that was made by the Jackal, and he came back from blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it was drawn out to the point where it was getting insane. There's 2 clones of Peter Parker, Ben Reilly, the Ben Reilly Spider-Man that you saw that was voiced by Andy Samberg, and Kane, who is a different Spider-Man that we have not yet seen. It's possible we may see beyond the Spider-Verse, but I unlikely, if not like a distant cameo. But it got super edgy and super weird and super dark. So Andy Samberg perfectly encapsulated a dramatic parody of the
that was particularly a bad, sad memory.
Particularly harrowing memory.
So good.
I love that. We all were excited to see Ben Reilly, and I think we weren't expecting that, but we were happy.
No, it was good.
It was good.
Well, on that note, we're pretty much closing curtain on that one. Thank you guys for watching the Tu-Vie podcast. See you guys next time. Thank you guys again for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more content. Also, be sure to put in the comments what you guys thought about Across the Spider-Verse, what characters you want to see in Beyond the Spider-Verse, overall topic. If you guys also haven't checked out our podcast, the Tu-Vie podcast, all the links are everywhere. It's going to be in our bio. Be sure to follow it there. Also on Spotify. We got a few episodes out of season 2 right now. We also have all the episodes on season 1 on Spotify, so they're not all here. Got to go check it out. Also, be sure to check out our TikTok and Instagram. We have a weekly competition on our page called the Random Movie Quote Quiz and the Marvel Trivia Quiz. So you never know who could be the next winner. Could be you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.